Going on YouTube? It's the boy Alpha 808 bringing you some more gameplay. And I just had a few things I wanted to talk about. Um, I've been watching a lot of tweets and things like that, and you know, this thing with Cam, man. Let's just go and get into it. So, a few people I know, they were sending me tweets from random people, and I'm not gonna put anybody's Twitter handles out here like that, but the genuine conception is that Cam Newton is extremely arrogant and he's kind of a showboat. Now, I really don't have a problem with showboating. I mean, when I played sports, I was a little flamboyant myself, but that's not the reason why. The issue I have is why can't anybody celebrate? And when I say anybody, I guess I'm asking really, is it the celebration or is it the person celebrating? The reason why I say that is because, there's various people in the league. And, they celebrate, they give the fans something to cheer for once they make a spectacular play. And, side note, every time Cam dabs, it's a pretty decent play. And more than likely he's plowing his way into the end zone, if not making a run or a pass that's like right on the dot. But like I was saying, I've seen several people this year. For instance, the Gronk spike. I've seen times when other players for the Patriots score, they'll pass Gronk the ball, he spikes it, Gillette Stadium goes crazy. One that really kind of makes me laugh is Mr. Rogers. Now, I love Mr. Rogers from a football standpoint, pause. But I'm just saying, as far as what he does for the game of football. Now, when he decided to start doing the discount double check, which technically at first, for those who watch wrestling, he had the championship belt, so that's what he was doing with his waist. And I believe when he started doing it, he was kind of telling the world like, y'all may not believe in us, but we're going to the championship. And I do remember that whole season he was like kind of sticking to folks. Like when he make a a touchdown per se, and or he'd run it in, which he was very mobile as well. He'd do the thing around his waist, man, and it was cool. Like it was a celebration. It wasn't, it's a little bit of hot dogging, but at the same time, like just keep him out the end zone. That's, but it's crazy. What Here's where I'm getting at this. From that point, it turned into the discount double check, which is State Farm. Okay, so he continues to celebrate. They turn the celebration into a marketing tool, and now he's the owner of it. Now, let's just, for example, I don't know, what if Budweiser decides they want the Budweiser frogs to do the dab, and you see it as a commercial in the Super Bowl? Is it still gonna be hot dogging, or is it just gonna be they made a great they made a great tool out of that? The point is, I understand why it rubs people. No, I don't. Let me stop. I don't want to sugarcoat it. It's only rubbing you if you. It's the envy. That's what it is. Let's just call a spade a spade. Sorry, K spade. Spades stick, so we gotta call spades, man. If it rubs you the wrong way, there's a few reasons why it probably does. Number one, you don't. That's not your team. He's probably dabbing against your team, so you can't stop him. Number two, you may be a little bit living in the past. You may have been an athlete in your day, and you just weren't able to celebrate like it. It just wasn't cool then. But now it's something that everybody does and is praised in some respects. Number three, if rhythm is something that you weren't blessed with, and it don't take that much rhythm to dab, I'm just saying it's really, you could practice sneezing, and I think you kind of do all right. I mean, I could go on and on with different reasons. I just find it to be so fun, and it's not like Cam's the first person to do this. I mean, I remember people had a real big problem with Ocho Cinco celebrating, and I think he may have started egging people on. He was doing a little bit of trolling, but at the same time, he was just saying, "No, why is these celebrations? Why am I getting fined? What am I doing that's making you want to fine me?" So, I mean, I see where that probably got a little bit out of hand, but now, I dare not to say that Cam Newton he's on LeBron James level. And I know I'm crossing over, but the reason why I say that is because I'm a diehard Laker fan. So dealing with Kobe and Shaq and the hate that came with those two playing, and when Shaq left and Kobe ran them out of town, that's a different topic for another day. I'll find a way to incorporate that in the video too, 'cause I got thoughts on all that kind of thing. But what I'm saying is the trolling that comes behind being a Kobe Bryant fan is because he's always got that shadow of Michael Jordan. So if you're a LeBron James fan, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Everything he does is under the microscope, and it's either he's on Michael's level. Michael Jordan wouldn't settle for something like that. LeBron is falling short because the measuring stick once again is Michael Jordan. And I asked somebody once before, like, what if Michael Jordan had somebody who had a measuring stick before him? Like, would he always be considered the GOAT? I love MJ. Just saying though, it was great stars in the 80s, 70s as well, but nobody transcended the game on that level like he did. But since he's left, now it's like nobody's gonna ever be able to transcend the game again because he did it first and he's the original. So I mean, it is what it is, and that's getting a little bit off topic. So let's get back over on the other side of the ball. So this reminds me almost of, it's like once again we're jumping out of the loop, but I think this is the perfect analogy. I'm placing Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers. I'm gonna put them in the same box with the Fab Five. Now I know people's gonna be like, hmm. And when I say Fab Five, some people their first thoughts are Jalen Rose mugging and just flexing, and that's kind of crazy that you don't even think about what they did for the game of basketball or just the impact they had because they played really good ball. They was a team. They played as a team. They didn't win the championship like they hoped to, but they played, great ball. But the thing that stood out was the way they played ball was so in your face that people was offended. And it's like, if you're gonna mistake confidence with arrogance, well, I mean, to each his own. I feel like that's the problem. You decided to take someone's confidence and turn it into something evil and nasty, and then you want to portray it to everybody in the world. So we went all the way around. We got kind of long in the tooth, but basically that was the point. That was the whole message. That was the big finale for this sports con. I think I think he's confident. I think he may have a touch of arrogance, a little bit of, bravado, but you gotta have that in sports anyway. I bet you won't find a coach who says he'd rather not have a quarterback who has that. He needs that edge. He's a leader. His team looks to him. They thrive off of his play. People think it's for selfish reasons. It may be. I feel like if the team is winning and he's still incorporating the team, I think why not let the man celebrate. I heard him say in an interview, you know how much emotion, I mean how much work I put it into playing this game I love. I practice hard, I work hard. He said he basically works too hard to bottle his emotions. I can't knock that man. I can't do it. I mean, it is what it is, y'all. I know a lot of y'all gonna have a lot to say in the comment section. Please, I welcome it. That's what I want. I'm gonna keep bringing these comms. I'm gonna bring some more stuff. Finna slide out. I'm gonna end this one. I've been talking for 10 minutes. That's a little long. Just had to get this on out here. And I think it's the right time for it, being that he's headed to the Super Bowl, which was probably going to be the good versus the evil. The good being the Peyton Manning, All-American, Golden Boy quarterback against the once troubled, accused NCAA quarterback who rose from the ashes in Cam Newton. So, good versus evil. We'll see y'all on the next time. It's the boy Alpha 808 signing out.